anything on the earth consists of different stones and minerals. It's 144 some odd, depending what table you go by. Elements in the periodic table, but it's all the different stones and minerals. All of these stones and minerals are also found within the human body. They're also found within the Earth's crust. In different philosophy around the world, they call stones the bones of the Earth. So it's absolutely essential. I have a lot of people ask me about stones and using them when they grow. I would say like quartz crystal is the most versatile stone that you could get. It consists of silica and oxygen. All modern technology in the world is based on quartz. I meant to bring one up here. Here's one. If you don't know what it is. Yeah. It comes in all different types of forms, formations. These happen to be quartz crystals. Yeah, no, definitely. There's a lot of different varieties of quartz. Like amethyst is a variety of quartz. All the different agates are varieties of quartz. Rose quartz, smoky quartz. It's a ton of different ones. But quartz is the most versatile stone that you can get. It's also, it can hold memory. They process them and make computer chips. And they make silicon chips because they can hold a program, or they can hold or store memory. You can put them in water. They make water alkaline, so you can put them in the reservoir. If you need to boost the pH, you can put it in your drinking water and drink the water. It'll also detoxify your body, put light and oxygen into the body and bloodstream, different things. They also known to get rid of blockages. They use them in laser surgeries. It's a quartz crystal in a ruby. You get a red beam. Yeah, I could just keep talking. I don't want to just ramble. I thought people might have different questions they would want to ask. Yeah, what's going on, Mike? Yeah. But yeah, like I know a lot of people, they put them at the root of the plants to promote root growth. Like all different granites, marble, limestone, is all quartz-based stones. They amplify anything they're around. They use them for microphones, like home heaters, microwaves, telescopes, antennas, you name it. So if you put it in a plant, you put it by the root, it'll boost, the energy that goes into the roots. If you put it on the topsoil, it'll promote the top growth. And this goes with any plant in general. If you just carried it in your pocket, it would do that for you, or you wore it in a piece of jewelry or around your neck, especially if you start to sweat and different things. You have any questions? Just enjoying? Okay.
I'm just trying to learn.
No, definitely. I would say you could use any quartz-based stone in the soil, but I would mostly do like clear quartz. Huh?
Yeah, he picked up some amethyst and quartz from the group.
Yeah, amethyst is quartz, but it has a trace amount of iron, and it gives it the purple color. Sometimes it'll come out as another stone called citrine when it has a trace amount of iron. Or it can come out as a smoky quartz. They all have like traces of like iron in it. And that's what gives different stones different colors, is the actual minerals that it consists of. Like this is rose quartz. It has titanium mixed in with the quartz, and you get the pink colored quartz. Oh, got a question. Go ahead, bro.
Do you know about like
Yes, he just asked me, do I know how to know about cleansing or charging stones? The best way to do this, many different ways, just depending on what school of thought you come from. But the best way is to just do it yourself with your visualization. But if you wanted to, like, these different stones and minerals can hold energy. I just said it can hold a program, or it holds and stores memory. That's why they use them for computer chips. So sometimes you might not necessarily want to hold memory, or it might come from somebody a gift from somebody and you don't want their particular energy because it stores and holds energy, stores and holds programs. But the best way to cleanse it is just with your visual. It's just your intention of cleansing the stone will cleanse the stone. You can put it under running water. That will cleanse the stone. Sea salt will cleanse the stone. You could put it in a beaming sunlight. You could put it in the moonlight on a full moon. Some people put it in soil. If you have a tree in your yard, you could put it in a hole in the tree, and that will cleanse and charge the stone. Some people put them in rice. Especially brown rice would be good. Even when people drop their phone in the toilet or something, they throw it in rice.
What about in forbidden black rice?
Huh?
What about in forbidden black rice?
Forbidden black rice? I think it will all work.
I just learned about it the other day. I mean,
yeah, I'm not sure. I can't speak on that particular
wild.
variety.
Even more wild.
Yeah. And it's black.
But yeah. You can also cleanse it. You could cleanse stones in intense heat. Some people weigh quartz crystals over an open fire. It's a million ways. It's just your intention. You understand what I'm saying? They put them in apple cider vinegar or vinegar. Yeah. So yeah. Yes, Mike.
How'd you get started with crystals and how'd you get to where you are?
Yeah, he asked me how I got started and how did I get to the point that I'm at now. Well, I started, one day I bought an amethyst. I was just studying, like I'm in this mysticism and world religion and philosophy and mythology and different things, but I just came across amethyst and reading about different stones in books. And then one day I saw one when I was out at the market. And I bought an amethyst and I've been buying it ever since. I had a ridiculous collection that kind of led into the business, but I started making myself jewelry for the different health benefits and, different psychological properties of the stone that I couldn't find other places. And people just start asking about it. So, yeah, it happened real organic. It wasn't a plan of mine.
That's kind of how it happened for me, too.
No, definitely. Best decision I ever made.
The past couple of weeks.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I've been in business a little over 6 years now, so I'm having a blast with it. But yeah,
what are some ways that you use crystals in your life?
That I use crystals? I use them all type of ways. Yeah. I always have a pocket full of stones. I always wearing different jewelry and different things. Like I said, it's 144 elements in the periodic table. They all found within the human body. It's all these different stones and minerals for you to see outside of yourself. But they amplify what you already have within. Everybody would be different. Like I did so much different. I put them in drinking. Like quartz, you could put in drinking water and drink the water. It's real good at detoxify your body. It'll actually open your mind up to new things. It'll activate different dormant aspects of your mind, of your brain, of your consciousness. If that's what you're looking for. It just depends on the individual. Everybody will be different. Somebody else might have a stone and it doesn't do anything for them. But it also made me more sensitive to all different energies, whether it's plant life, whether it's animals, whether it's just feeling the vibration of other people. It can change our awareness. Even they have what do they call it, Carillion photography, and you can see how somebody's mood and their auric field changes when they hold different stones, just depending on the stone that they hold. It changes your actual chemical vibration and your actual physical chemistry. Just depending on what it is and what you're trying to do. The stones they have no limits. Only you can limit yourself. So. If that makes sense. I don't know. I don't even know if I answered your question. Anybody else have any questions? where crystals come from every part of the earth. Like it's all different types of crystals. Most people, when they say crystals, they talk about, or they're referring to like quartz crystals. But a crystal is anything with an organized molecular structure. Like, so it's all type of different crystals. Like the blades of grass are crystals. Like you are a crystal. The trees are crystals. Just about all of the stones are crystals. But they come from everywhere, literally. But all of this is natural. Like they grow like this, or they accumulate like this. Just yeah. Some different minerals are different though. So, I know people who grow different minerals naturally. Yeah, it's a stone called Bajai stones. It's a type of concretion stone. I know a lady, she breeds these stones. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they come in like masculine and feminine stones, or it's a male stone and a female stone. One is bumpy and has protrusions on it. That's the male stone, and the feminine stone is like just smooth. But you can put them together at a certain time of year, and they're actually form like offsets or like little babies around. So you will be surprised. Like, you know what I'm saying? It just depends on the particular stone. So. And then a lot of stuff is, to be honest with you, is really unknown.
Some Native American people believe that they're alive. You know, they pray to them as if they're alive.
Yeah, all the stones are. Everything is alive.
Yeah,
it's a spiritual principle called vibration. Everything vibrates. Vibration is what you would call life, right? You know.
For sure.
Yeah, everything is energy, but not just energy, it's intelligent energy. It has consciousness. It might not be the same consciousness that you have, like, you know what I'm saying, but everything has a consciousness. So do the stones. And advanced consciousness. So I don't know if y'all into, even like everybody here smoke weed, so you know, y'all gotta be pretty hipsters. Like, you eat a mushroom and you would be surprised. You could have a whole conversation. You could, you know, smoke some good weed and have a whole conversation with the stone. You could just get in a meditative state and have a whole conversation with anything. It'd just be a mental thing. Like you have to be a kid again. You have to get into your imagination. That's what really holds most people back. Oh, yeah. If that answers your question. Yeah.
I would like to, because of Gage, I incorporated stones, crystals in my garden, and seeing the fact that, tried to follow philosophy, ask, and had that morning time with my stones and whatnot. And guys, I'd like to incorporate more personal stones on my person.
Yeah.
Specifically because I work in hospitality. I work in restaurants. I have a culinary background. And I would like to have a stone that absorbs any type of negative energy, any type of any type of like sourness, any type of bitterness, from charitably, of course, because you don't know what others are going through, of course. But if I could just, have that presence with people where maybe something was drawing away from that more than myself and what I can control. Do you have any stones that you could recommend?
Well, let me put you up on the whole principle. I know most people heard of like Feng Shui. And it's like the arrangement of objects to make the energy a certain way. In Feng Shui, they use a lot of stones. They use heavy stones, big boulders. Sometimes you'll see big boulders sitting out in front of houses, or in front of mansions, or in front of the library, or in front of the IRS. You understand what I'm saying? Or you'll see a big statue made out of stone, or copper, or brass, or bronze, or some type of metal. It deflects all negativity. You feel what I'm saying? Negative energy can't come past that. Sometimes you will see like big food dogs in like Asian culture, and different lions, or the cherubim, or you understand what I'm saying? Or these different, it could just be two huge pillars. That's to deflect negative energy. And that can be any material. It just has to be big and heavy. But that'll be on a grander scale. They also have a science called geomancy. It's a Masonic art. It's still just Feng Shui. It's the placement of objects, but they set up or lay out cities. It's just like a microcosm and a macrocosm. Like instead of setting up your house, you will lay out a whole city like this. So yeah.
How can I? But like within.
No, yeah, I'm getting there.
saying?
Yeah, no, I'm getting there though. Yeah, like you can use any type of stone that you would want to use. Like a lot of this is not a book on this type of stuff. This is a feeling that you have, and you have to go with your feeling sometimes.
Right.
As far as just the placement of stuff. But it's literally a whole science to this, like to get the energy to flow a certain way, especially to keep negativity away. Any bank in the world, I don't care if it's in a poorest neighborhood, is encased in stone. The whole inside of the bank is stone. It's marble, limestone, granite. Sometimes they'll use slate. But it's all stone. It deflects negativity. You feel what I'm saying? You could use any of those stones just around the room. You could also just carry stones in your pocket. You could have a whole crystal layout or a whole Feng Shui going on just with yourself. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So you will wear your gold chain as amulets and talismans. You understand what I'm saying? It could be a lucky rabbit's foot. It could be whatever you say it is.
Right.
Energy has to follow your thought.
Okay.
No, this is a principle. This ain't something, you know. Energy follows thought. You know what I'm saying? This is how you control energy. You control negative energy by not even dealing with it, like, if that makes sense. But if you want to use stones and different stuff, you can do that as well. You can also have what they call like crystal layouts, so you can set up crystal grids, which is all the same thing. You can have that in your grow room. You can turn your garden into a magical garden. You understand what I'm saying? It's a book called Magical Household. I forget the name of the author. But you can turn your house into a whole magical, energy-filled place. Like, you understand what I'm saying? Just by the placement of objects, different stones. It might be an image of this or that. It might be a picture of your grandmother. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, you treat everything like it's a living, breathing organism, which it is. Like, everything has consciousness. You know what I'm saying? You get what you receive. Like, you get what you give. Like, or it's karma, all of that type of stuff. Like, so you send somebody love, they send you love back. You give somebody a frown, you will get a frown and a grumpy face back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, same with the plants, same with the stones. It's whatever you put into it, you will get out of it. If that's a better way to say it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, like the stones is a stone. Like, listen, like if you go to Home Depot, you could buy all the hammers that you want to buy, the nails, you get the nice fancy tool belt, you get, you know what I'm saying, you get all the gadgets, you get all the power tools that you can find. Like, that doesn't make you a master craftsman.
Yeah.
That just means you bought all the tools. Like, they're just tools. You understand what I'm saying? You have to make the tools useful. Like, you have to come with your skill, with your creativity, with your own, you know, ingenuity. Like, yeah. Same with the stones. Like, you know, they not just magically gonna change your life. You have to be open and receptive to that. The energy literally follows your thought. It has to be molded. It doesn't have how would you say? It doesn't have a horse in the race. Like, it doesn't care. Like, energy is energy. Like, you understand what I'm saying? It's not good or bad. It's just energy. Like, rain is rain. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you can make rain useful. You can make everything useful. It's up to you to make the stuff useful. If that makes sense. I don't want to get too. I was on out up here real fast. Any other questions? I'm on the road now. I'm ready. Y'all can ask me anything now. What kicked it off? I don't know. Some stuff you just born for. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's what it is. Like, if I just had to say it now. But I've always been into reading. So I read a lot of books, study a lot of different stuff. I grew up around a lot of teachers, educators. Yeah. I'm willing to experiment. I'm willing to fail. So I don't have a boundary or a limit or something that I'm beholden to other than myself. If that makes sense. I don't even know what made me just say that. It's about being free. Everybody wants to be free, right? You know what I'm saying? First, you have to be free with yourself. Be free in your own mind. You will be free nowhere else unless you're free with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Open up. Like, don't be scared of new things. The only thing that hold people back is your fear. If you're full of fear, like your plants will be full of fear. I'll tell you something real mystical. I could tell by what somebody is going through by smoking their weed. It's literally, I don't care what pot and soil you use. I don't care if you use crystals or no crystals. You understand what I'm saying? If you had the best light, the worst light, if it was outdoor, indoor, it doesn't matter. I can still pick up on all your energy. Plants also store memory. They also hold thought. They're also programmable. Water is programmable. In a minute, all computers will be made out of water. It's all programmable. They can store energy, all type of stuff. There's so much stuff you could just do with water. I don't know what made me go into that too, but you know. Water is life. Water is the spirit. You gotta get good water. I come from Flint too. You gotta get good water. Bad water will hurt you bad. So yeah. Like I messed around the other day. I put some like I have a whole succulent collection, a whole succulent garden. But I was in a rush and I used some tap water to water a couple of my plants. And why did I do that? It's bad water. The water not full of love. It's filled with lead and heavy metal. You know what I'm saying? And people stressing strange, and you done been through the sewage system. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just that in itself it stores and holds energy, all of it, like memory. This is all science, like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like something I'm coming up with. Just be conscious of all of that. Anything can really be programmed. Like, you know. So you have to be the programmer. You have to take control of your own situation. Like, it is what you make it. Any other questions? I don't want to get. Oh, go ahead, bro. Have I? Yeah, all the time. Yeah. If I had time, I'll walk around here and get to looking for stuff. You would be surprised what you can find. It depends what you're looking for, and it depends where you at. Like it's certain. It depends. Yeah, it just depends. Like some stuff you have to dig deep for. Usually that's the more gemmer, rare diamonds and the rubies and all that type of stuff. You usually have to dig deep for. Well, yeah, they're not rare, but you know, just for you to find it on the surface, like you know, but like garnets and you know, you have to dig deep in the earth. But other stuff is just on the surface. It just depends what it is. There's so much different stones and minerals.
I found a crystal before and I didn't know it was produced there. What got you?
Yeah, it could be either or. Yeah, it just depends. Yeah.
What got you into wire wrapping? What's the benefit of it?
Well, yeah, I don't know if you all know. I make any type of jewelry other than watches, but I do a lot of wire wrapping and just different stuff. But he asked me the benefits of making jewelry or wearing jewelry. Like I said, like quartz crystal or most any stone amplifies your energy. The human body has what you call like your aura or your auric field. Most people auric field goes 3 feet out. And if somebody enters your auric field, you can actually feel their vibration. You can say, oh, I like this person's vibe. I don't like this person's vibe. Let me go over here. That's what that is. You entered into their auric field. You can smell them. You can taste them. Like your body chemistry is actually mixing. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got hormones and pheromones, all type of stuff going on. You understand what I'm saying? But when you have different stones or you wear different stones, like that makes your auric field, like even before your immune system, your auric field is your first line of defense. If that makes sense. It's a bubble that's around you. And most people aura is 3 feet, but when you wear like a quartz crystal, especially if it was double terminated, your auric field would go out to like 10 feet. So that just provides a certain amount of protection and it shields you from a lot of negativity or just low energy, a lot of worthless conversation and just small talk, and, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that you not necessarily into, or stuff that you don't want around. Like, it amplifies whatever it is that you into. It amplifies your energy. And that goes for any stone, any type of metal, any type of wood. That's why they use different, like everything has energy. Everything period is energy. All there is energy. Sometimes they call energy light. Light and energy is the same thing. It's all there is light, and it's different spectrums of light. Like you have your chakras, it's just all the different colors in the rainbow, the 7 basic colors. You got 7 days of the week. All this stuff, it's also a law called correspondence. All things correspond on all planets. I could really get y'all some real deal class. Like I do teach classes on metaphysics and different stuff. I was trying not to go too deep into the metaphysics, but it is what it is. But yeah, like sound is energy. Like all these different stones have different sounds that they make, if that makes sense. It's 7 basic musical notes, like, you know what I'm saying, that corresponds to the seven basic colors. Yeah, I don't want to get too mystical. I'll get into a whole nother conversation. Yeah. But yeah, the sky's the limit. Like it represents the feminine, and it looks like a vagina. The bottom of it looks like a penis. Like then you have the horizon that separates the two. But it's very, very powerful energy. Like, but spirals, I would say, would be one of the most beneficial. I know a lot of people, they just put copper coils in the soil for different plants. Not necessarily, cannabis, but it promotes all type of growth. Powerful energy.